Hey guys, welcome back. So now that we've gotten the introductions out of the way, let's actually talk about Python itself. So if you spent any amount of time looking into programming, you probably notice Python gets recommended constantly. It doesn't matter whether you're looking at web development, automation, data science, cybersecurity, or artificial intelligence. At some point, somebody will tell you that you should learn Python. So what makes Python so special compared to every other language out there? The short answer is that Python is a really good balance between being easy to learn and genuinely useful in the real world. So Python was first created back in 1991. That's over 30 years ago now, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because most technologies come and go pretty quickly. But Python has managed to stay highly relevant and continue growing for decades onwards. One of the main reasons for that is readability. So when Python was being designed, one of the goals in mind was to create a language that people could actually understand. That might sound obvious, but if you've ever looked at some other programming languages, you'll need to know that it's not always the case. So for example, if I want Python to display a message on screen, all you have to do is write print, brackets, and then have your message. Even if you've never written code before, there's a pretty good chance you can figure out what that line of code is going to do. So that's one of Python's biggest strengths compared to other languages. It just tends to get out of your way and let you focus on solving problems instead of fighting with complicated syntax. Another reason Python became so popular is because it's a general purpose programming language. So it's just a fancy way of saying it can be used for a lot of different things. Some people use it to build websites. Some people may use it to automate repetitive tasks. Others use it for cybersecurity, data analysis, machine learning, AI, scientific research, and countless other things. So what I like about it is that it means you don't need to know exactly where you want to end up before you start learning. So a lot of people feel pressure to pick a career path immediately. Do I want to be a software developer? Do I want to work in AI? Do I want to get into cybersecurity? But the reality is you don't really need to make that decision straight away. Right now, we're just focused on learning how programming works. So the nice thing about Python is the skills that you're learning here apply to all those different subfields. Something else worth mentioning is that Python isn't just a beginner's language. People talk about it as if it's a stepping stone that you'll eventually move away from, but that's not entirely true. The same language you're learning right now is used by professional developers, startups, universities, researchers, and major tech companies all over the world. So that's one of the reasons I chose Python as a language. I wanted students to learn a language that was approachable enough for complete beginners, but also powerful enough that they could continue using it for years if they wanted to. And at the end of the day, it just gives beginners a chance to focus on learning concepts instead of getting overwhelmed by syntax, while still being capable of building genuinely impressive things. So in the next lesson, we're going to stop talking about Python and actually start running some code ourselves, because programming starts making a lot more sense once you can see the computer responding to your instructions. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson.